Hey, Rasmanites. Well, yes, believe it or not, today we are actually going to answer the questions that I got for the Q&A that was announced over a month ago, or exactly about a month ago, according to YouTube, and I just had so much stuff that came up that prevented me from really being able to answer said questions. So we're going to tackle that right now on the Razman's Reality. Okay, so let me just say straight off the bat that Greg, your questions disappeared. YouTube ate them. It's this comment glitch. I don't know what it is. If you want to go ahead and repost them, if you can somehow remember them, if they're in your comment records or whatever, I will come back and answer those at a later date because I know you gave me a ton. So actually the only person right now whose questions are going to be addressed is Civilian Snowman Jack Ross. So Jack's first question was, how do you generally feel about remakes? I at least give them a shot or the benefit of the doubt, as it were. And my answer to that is it's the same thing with me, but it really depends on the movie itself. I mean, I'll give you a perfect example of that. They're remaking The Karate Kid with Will Smith's kid, and Will Smith is the executive producer, and Jackie Chan as Mr. Miyagi. No, I will not touch that film with a 10-foot pole. You just do not remake classics. However, if it's something that is an interesting story and could lend itself to modern technology and be interesting, then yeah, I will definitely give it the benefit of the doubt because I love seeing great films made. A perfect example of a good remake is The Parent Trap from the 90s with Lindsay Lohan. That was a great remake, and I actually enjoy that much, much better than the 60s version with Haley Mills. So it all depends on the film itself and the premise of it. Jack's second question was, what are some graphic novels that you haven't seen made into film that you definitely want to see a film be made out of? Well, I did a lot of thought in this one, and I'm probably forgetting some, but right now the only one that jumps out of my mind, and this shouldn't be a surprise to you, Jack, because of how much we talk off of YouTube, but it's Batman The Dark Knight Returns. Which, no, folks, would not be a sequel to Dark Knight the movie. The Dark Knight the movie. The Dark Knight the movie is based on The Long Halloween. But The Dark Knight Returns is a completely separate animal and a completely separate beast and one of the greatest comics ever written. And it needs to be put on film, but I would like to see them wait a few years because, Nolan has to wrap up his Batman story arc, but then once he does, and the door is open to do it, I want to see Josh Whedon tackle it, because the rumor was that Josh Whedon was actually in deep consideration to relaunch Batman before Christopher Nolan. While I don't have a bit of a problem with Christopher Nolan and what he's done, it's been absolutely genius. Some of the best work in cinematic history. I want to see Josh Whedon get his shot. So, that would be my pick. Second pick, I don't know, maybe, God, I can't even think of a second pick. If I think of one, I'll make a YouTube annotation, but yeah, definitely, without a doubt, Batman The Dark Knight Returns. And his next question was, do you plan to visit England? If so, where? Well, obviously Morecambe, Jack, because that's where you're from. But I definitely want to see London. I always have wanted to see the capital. And of course, you can't visit London without visiting, or the United Kingdom in general, as a Harry Potter fan, without visiting King's Cross train station. Harry Potter, baby. King's Cross, can't go wrong. And Jack's final question was, what are some films that influenced you as a person? Not necessarily influenced you as a filmmaker, but as a person. Well, they kind of go hand in hand, really, to be honest, Jack, for me. So, they were the original Batman from 1989. Loved seeing, well, not the original, because the original was based on the Adam West and Brute Ward series. But the Michael Keaton Batman, Tim Burton Batman from 1989 was a big one. I absolutely loved Blade Runner as a kid. Yeah, I saw Blade Runner as a kid. Saw the director's cut. And then went out and had the international version on VHS. So, I always have loved that film. What are some other ones? I'm actually really struggling to jog my memory here. I always was a big Disney fan as a kid. Pinocchio, Ariel, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast. Those films always shaped me as a kid because they taught me to be a good person. And my mind is just absolutely drawing a blank. So, yeah, those are the examples I can give you right now. I will come back in a later video or an annotation if I can think of any more. So I want to thank all of you once again for subscribing. 145 subscribers now at the time of this video. So I wouldn't be anywhere without you. So thank you for your support. This is reality according to the Razman and Razman style. It's not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.